first memory of Watsonians cricket was actually playing against them. The year, I think, was 1980. I was playing for the Raw High FP cricket team in an East League match versus Watsonians at Jock's Lodge. Terry Alderman was the new professional for Watsonians, and when he was batting we dismissed him LBW. With hindsight, it was a pretty dreadful LBW decision. We were happy, Terry Alderman was very unhappy. He stormed off, and if I remember correctly, he proceeded to launch his bat at our clubhouse. His bat bounced off the concrete in front of the clubhouse and then smashed a few windows on its journey. So all hell let loose between the Raw High FP Cricket Club and Watsonians. A letter was finally sent to Brian Adair and other committee members, and eventually the Watsonian Cricket Club reimbursed our club for all the damages. So, quite an introduction, a nice quiet game of cricket in the East League. My second memory was when I started to watch adult Watsonian cricket teams around about 2005, 2006. Mainly because my sons Euan and Andrew were beginning to play some matches at senior level. I was walking around various boundaries, and soon I became a mate of Stuart Robertson, the legendary supporter of the club. And believe it or not, for quite a few years I always thought that Stuart Robertson was the dad of Euan Robertson, Robbo as he was also known. Consequently, I was always extremely complimentary about Robbo's batting and bowling when I was speaking to his dad, Stuart Robertson. When I discovered 2 or 3 years later that Stuart Robertson was not Robbo's dad, the compliments about the cricketing skills of Robbo soon began to dry up. Anyway, I thought it was all rather funny, but I'm not sure Stuart and Euan Robertson found it as amusing. Of memory was the sensational last over of bowling by Kiwi Andy Learmonth, August 2015. So this over took place at the end of the season, a hotly contested match as ever between Watsonians and the mighty Arbroath. A few runs were needed by Arbroath to win the match, and indeed to win the league title. Fraser Chalmers, the Watsonian captain, had been juggling his bowlers. Who was going to bowl the last over? Surprisingly, Andy Learmonth stepped forward and said he would bowl. Now, Andy had not bowled all season, and indeed had not bowled for 2 or 3 seasons. He managed, however, by the clever use of some long hops, triple stotters, a few full tosses, to mesmerise the opposition, and only 2 runs were actually scored from the over. As a result, Arbroath did not win the match, and I think Grange went on to win the title. So just a few memories from me, and I look forward to many more in the future. Cheers.